Hello, my spooky friends and supporters of the horror genre. Excellent news. We've raised $400 so far, and I'm hopefully on track to shoot in August, September, around there, when the weather is good back home in the Bay Area. And hopefully the rain will mean things are back to looking green and beautiful along the Northern California coast and not a treacherous fire hazard of slow environmental destruction. But California is an arid desert, and so droughts happen every couple of years. That's going off on a different tangent. I have people I have to thank because they've helped me raise the money for this project. First of all, thank you to everyone who's sharing the campaign through Twitter, other social media platforms. Thank you to Amy, Wendy, Kyle, Barry, Sarah, and Martha for their generous donations, without which this project wouldn't be happening. And thank you to everyone who has been giving me support and feedback on Waking Up Dead and how they're very excited to see a horror film from a female perspective that's looking at domestic abuse as the horrifying element instead of the violence to the female form being the titillating factor. So, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for talking to me about this project. Thank you for taking this project seriously. Some other awesome things have been going on that I'm going to talk to you about right now. The awesome thing that happened was I went to Sundance last week. Was there for the first week of the festival with a group of amazing women, some of whom have contributed to this project and some of whom have been supporters of this project. They're reading the script, they're giving me ideas for shooting, they're helping me troubleshoot things that are going on in my own head. But I also got to see some really good films and talk to some super interesting people. And so hopefully that means good things for this project. I saw one film, and I'm not going to name drop it here though, that it's actually against everything I want this film to be, and it was really helpful in me breaking down what not to do. To put it lightly, well, not lightly, not even delicately, every single female character was raped in this film, and then 2 out of 3 female characters that were raped were shot in the head and murdered, and one of them was an underage girl, and they did the exact opposite of what I want to do with the violence to the female form. They made it the titillating factor. They made it something that the audience didn't want to really look away from. They played with the rape revenge tropes in troubling ways because it was kind of like a backslide to the woman accidentally stumbling to survival instead of planning out her revenge and taking her survival into her own hands. It was just by a matter of happenstance she was able to kill her attacker and save her fiance, and that was her whole story arc. There's nothing about her taking her life back into her own hands, which was extremely problematic. But I'm not going to drop that one. Some of the films you should definitely check out, though, were Casting JonBenet, which will be dropping on Netflix in the spring. It's very good, very interesting documentary. XX was also brilliant. It's a horror anthology film, and hopefully it gets out there because every single one of the pieces was written and directed by a woman and starring a woman, and they were female-centric horror tales, and they were done very well for the most part. I was very impressed. And then the Alfred Hitchcock documentary on the shower scene in Psycho 7852, which was brilliant. See it, watch it, love it. It's got some really good interviews. There are a couple issues that I had with it, but I talked to the director about them, and I'm going to email him and we're going to chat, and it's going to be good. If you want to support my project, you should click the link so we can have more female-centric horror films in the world. Also, other big news. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to have some storyboard art drawn up for you guys to share with you, some character concepts. It's going to be great. So thank you again to everyone who supported the film so far. Please keep spreading the word. It's an important project, near and dear to my spooky little heart. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend.